I can like.
All right, so we're here, and we're at Nick's house in PA, and today we're going to be doing another video of this great game room and great collection of signs and all types of coin-op machines. So last time we were here, we videotaped with all the neon signs on and all the games on, and we had some glaring from the neon. So we're just going to go through and give it a quick walk around. This is the steps coming down from Nick's home, and of course I wanted to get this sign up here because I don't know if this is a legit sign, but it looks real. Pretty cool sign. And we're coming down here, and we're going to walk across, and we have Nick with us. Say hello, Nick, to everybody out there. And as you can see, Nick has a great collections of vintage signs, actually. Oh, the Yingling's pretty nice too. And Nick is into a lot of other stuff, railroad and circus and roller coasters is what I couldn't get it out. Nice dartboard here, and yeah, we have a beautiful, you can really see these games now, I think, without the lights on. And this is probably a new addition from a year ago or two, perhaps. And I don't know the last time we videotaped anything, Nick. Might have been 3 years ago or more. So we're down here doing another video for everyone to see the new additions to the games. And I think, Nick, you could start off with this game here. This is the one you just finished recently, right?
Yeah, that's that game I bought probably 15 years ago from Michael Sands from the Mechanical Museum out in the Midwest. And I just finally got around to get it done, but it's a original playfield, full cabinet, paint.
It's a new remade.
Had that place.
Wow, Nick, see that? I was short, maybe, but those two body dreams of store further than anybody knows. I know with refactoring games, condition, action, and freak. Haven't met that I has his anyone that is exceed limits game and his talent important with these and that's important to know that you're most viewing some of the stories, and some are beautiful too. We get games those are original let's not forget our Nick beautiful have a lot of original games elaborate and Nick the word I don't know if you want to originate on this playfield that is, and if it's
playfield
and the cat
the
thing nature
playfield original is just there's virtually touch up on the dirty it was and really crusty dirt and the were in shape that drew me. Holes are really nice. That's what to the game, and it's backlight. She just got a shade with production backlights in it, which and that came out. It was, and well, I did the cap over because I did a worn bullet and I rewet it and stenciled at the factory. Is a
amazing job. This game, yeah, make a job on this
top
here.
New armor. And it always kind of set off with new side on. It just side.
Real all new item.
Yes, steel rails. Yes,
you made even know
Steve Young had
them. Wow, that's but easy. I didn't even guys he could carry this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see the camera up here with the polished on the close up how he polished every little teeny piece of metal is extremely polished. Deep pop to a mirror. I am correct. I mean, thing that very tough to assuming how he do, but I don't know how he does it.
And buff.
And it's the time.
Back breaking thing.
I like that. And really cool. All the games are here, so real signs you see. And said he's as you can roller coaster. Like I said, He's into the learning posters, out Nick, and because we're a little bit time about which is today. We have some to incorporate nice videos to celebrate in these. We're moving to the section basement, moving down the large section of the bay down here. You can see the system has air which plus BH in the summertime down here. Or these get treated better than time I'm humans. Games get he's like some human. He knows I'm this because Fuller right shuffle and alley here. Both in with Nick Kyle Puck in his has warmed for a while days and the Minster small game to have the old beautiful room we use. Great job, but that also condition on that.
Remember the
so
Piccadilly? Sure. Yeah. A little chick named Vic posted.
Really? Cool post.
I
forgot all of
Camp
that, man. That's some really poster I about. I want to. I have to some people. His post really nice one. Give out people too. Oh, that's a real. Here's the morale. So there's another game. I'll come with Nick. How many years? This was you're like me. That's been for 5 years or 6 years.
I
have
I ever bought
25.
Second game, what we're still and the kids young. It's just he only has 1,000 play. Yeah, that's when I was it really 23.
This is what
plays on
it's about. There's clear today at getting a talks up. There's no detail. You a close of some. We're not going to view the games because next game to going to be doing all of the because we want to get ready for yes that will be. But here, nice, beautiful for the girl. I arrived. We have another chance to cover. We're getting paintwork. See the it's fact. Looks exactly like the three even new times they come out. It's exact fact because it's sometimes a better hit or miss them. And it was you can actually see for me. And as you can the door, it's insane. He may blow everyone out in that. He there to the extreme and. Games are to go miraculous condition. These now we're going to see it today.
Yeah, an NOS and get the NOS play field. This is which actually a play field at Allentown years ago. Bought out down you when.
How about class? It looks like a repro ski.
This web reproduction.
And they're beautiful. There's nothing wrong with these. They're gorgeous. Beautiful. They're perfect. They really, gorgeous up the game. Perfect. About this North Spruce here. And
that was bought that from Harmon. That was sample. It was a Gene.
For that game,
I'm sorry, it was not a sample. It was a Gene home game. Bought it all. Not a sample. It was an export. Harmon. And the playfield was complete. Mylar. Even the lane and the board arch up at the top where my lunch it was X-Ball de France. The Mylar ordered I almost died was when I took an NOS play off field underneath. I did with Mylar from really one playfield. And the colors that had been they post off the color. There's no color figures that are posts. So the Mylar just had done something, to protect the UV thing from fading the colors. UV.
And you're absolutely right again. Hopefully you can see the detail in the metal polishing of jeweler tails and all the screws. All screws are screwed. Every single screw that holds anything in replace is polished to the gills. And what about this poly class? Was this then that came?
That's Ron Webb off.
That's beautiful. Look at this. These repro back classes are amazing. Thanks to Don and back day and all the amazing that shit. They're taking time out of their day, their regular day, to help out Dallas pinball collectors. All games, of course. We're talking EMs today. And I know EMs. Buckaroo came from John many years ago, and I could talk about this one. Nick actually years ago talk about this playfield. It's amazing. I remember stuff it looked like. Let's touch, and it does look very beautiful. I don't know if you have this game for sale.
Yeah, it's still for sale.
And it's a gorgeous game. It's a game. Amazing. What about the back class? Is that a repo
It's
condition?
a repo.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at the
Oh, yeah.
look at the
There
beautiful.
was no ink on the original.
Right. All right. We're gonna skim past this. So
This game came from a collector. You'll know. It's Dave Christian came from with Dave
yep.
and
Big Dave was his name.
yeah,
He was
Big Dave.
Big Dave. Very into games. Loved games so much. It was a great the game. So much collectible. So
It's an original cabinet artwork of repo. Yeah, back fast and work with a literally a percolate playfield with no touch up. They're all on it.
so this is an original cabinet.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's amazing. This is an addition. This
Yeah.
cabinet, really. Oh my God. As you can see, these games are just. It's astonishing. Very nice game. Great player. Getting a little bit of glare, but not much. And a little shadow. I'm sorry about that, but I'm hoping you can really get an idea. Get an idea.
Who's the shadow?
Get an idea on how nice these games really are, and what a treat everybody's in for today. So here's the King Diamond. That's a game that I just love. This wedge head. It's one of the most friendly mid-60 animated classic Gottlieb wedge head, and just a fun player and a little different design than the standard play feel from that era. And I think this cabinet, Nick also.
No, that cabinet I bought. This game originally, believe it or not, it came from Dave Christensen, but he bought it from Herb Silver's. So it was a Herb Silver paint job.
Okay, so we got. That's nice to
But
know.
it's a lacquer job.
That's
It's
nice to
definitely
know.
a lacquer job, yeah.
And now you can see some of the comparison from Herb.
It was a very nice job.
Yeah, I'll say so. Yes, but great player. Really, if you're going to get a Gottlieb wedge head, I would suggest this game for starters, especially in the 2-inch flippers. Just a fun, friendly game. You'll really enjoy it. We got the sing-along here. And just looks like it's original paint job, but it's not.
No, it's a repaint.
But it
Yeah.
looks.
Well, the key is the lacquer paints. I mean, and stenciling. You know, stencils that hang on the cabinet so you can get the soft edges, and you know the thin lacquer clear coat. I mean, it gives you an exact. That's what Gottlieb did.
Right. That's why your games look factory. You have all the ingredients and the talent and the time to perform that. You know, I mean, anybody could have the lacquer paints and have they just, you know, you have to have a knack. You have to have you have to have a little bit of a talent for that. All right, so as you can see, lots of signs. And it just keeps continuing going down here. We got we do have a electronic late 1978-79 Joker Poker, which I have in my collection, and it's a game that you have to have even though you're an EM guy. If you collect all the electromechanicals and you're serious about collecting electromechanicals, you'll find out that some of these transition games, that there's a EM model and a solid state model, late 70s, are just terrific players because of DC voltage. I think that's the key to this game here.
Oh, absolutely. And,
You know,
with the early electronics, the features are better on the solid state versus the EM. You know, your bonus features. There's no memory with the EM, so. But,
Yeah, and that gives you, during gameplay, if you knock down 3 king drop targets, you'll get scored and rewarded for all 3. Maybe not on a electromechanical game.
Right,
That's where
right.
that's where it's cool.
Right.
And the power.
And the DC power.
Now this is an original playfield, I could tell.
Yeah.
And this is an original cabinet too.
Yeah, this is a
Just
original,
amazing condition.
yeah.
See, original?
Yep.
It looks like Nick painted this, but he did not. So
Yeah, this cabinet's a
you're going to get that. And there's somebody here in this picture here. I don't know who that is.
Oh, that was me. Mike Berger took that photograph.
Mike Berger, our good friend.
If you look at the ball lodged wedged on top of the flipper on the jet spin here.
There it is. I have one of them on my
Yeah.
blue chip.
Yeah.
And that's because of DC voltage.
No, that was on the jet spin.
Oh, it's a jet spin,
Yeah,
an EM,
yeah, that
okay.
was this game right here. And
Yeah.
Mike took that picture, so God rest in peace, you know.
Yeah, Mike was a great guy. I mean,
Yeah.
unfortunate what happened. And we miss him dearly. I could tell you that much. I know. We both do, Nick and I. We were close friends with him.
These games here are all original. You know, cabinet, glass, playfields. You know, the Sky Jump, Atlantis. 2001 is a repo glass, but other than that, all original.
Yeah, so check this out. I mean, again, this is an original Sky Jump, and it looks like, again, I have to say, Nick painted it, but it was the factory painted it. Gottlieb
Yeah, this
painted this, and it's hard to mimic this webbing and get everything just right, but Nick does a fantastic job. I mean, this collection is just second to none. There's nobody out there that I know of. I mean, there's great collections. Don't get me wrong. But you just have to understand, when you've been around and you've seen multiples of collections and the same games and people who paint them and people who restore them, and everybody's different. Everybody has a different personal touch when they restore games, and they also only go so far because of time conditions. I mean, this is an original playfield.
Yes.
Look at that top arch. There is nowhere.
Yeah, the
Very faint, if you could see
these were
anything.
a lot of these were low play games. You
Let's
know,
Go ahead, Nick.
and this is a Sky Jump. That's a tough play field to find in good condition.
No, I know that.
Yeah,
I know
that
that.
was
So this is an original. See, as you can
Yeah.
see here on the top arch,
yeah. It's a little wear, I think. up
tiny,
there
tiny
somewhere.
bit,
Yeah.
very faint. That indicates that the game meter will probably be 20,000 plays or below, somewhere in that general area, depending upon how well taken care of the games were when they were first bought and where they were on route, and it all has to calculate up. You know, sometimes you get a low played game that was abused, and you can't really get this kind of look out of it. So, I mean, there is nothing like an original low played game. And another favorite of mine, 2001, I
Oh, that's a great game.
must have told the story 100 times how I remember being in the candy store 50 feet from my house, where the vendor who was Coin Amusement was his company. His name was Vito. He used to come with an old beat up 50s pickup truck, and he'd have the games in the box on the back of the truck and then bring them in the store for us to play. And I must have been about, I would say 15 in 71. What's this, 71? 2001 was made in what, 71?
71, yes.
And I was about 15, and I was very, very small for my age. They called me Tom Thumb. And when I looked at this game, I just said, my God, 2001. I'll be dead by the time that date comes around. And believe it or not, it's 2022 already. And remarkable game right there. Just love it. Now, this is another favorite of mine. I just actually had a B copy spin a card that I sold to a neighbor 15 years ago, and he called me and he said, "Hey Vic, I want to clean up the basement. We're getting older. We're going to probably move. Can you help me out sell this game?" And about a week ago, I sold this game to a guy in New Jersey, North Jersey. It was a B copy of mine because I have another spinner card, and he's very happy with it. I love this game. This is another great player. It's not shaped like the rest of the wedge heads, as you can see. All the wedge heads have a different shape than this particular spinner card, which was right in the mix when all the wedge heads were being made. They decided, Gottlieb, to... Do you know the story behind this?
Well,
head?
I actually had a conversation with Wayne Nyans about 3 years ago, and that was one of the questions I had asked him. And he could not recall why they did that. So
Pretty good, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick has a lot of information. There's a lot of guys out there that have a tremendous amount of information about Gottlieb and the factory specs and engineering and all that. I don't really have that. I learned from Nick and other guys like J.R. Pinball, and there's a few other out there, even Dave Matrando. He works with Steve Young at Pinball Resource, so he gets a lot of information from Steve Young, tidbits about the games. This is a wonderful player, and I don't know, I guess I would say if you want a nice game and a friendly game, and sometimes can be challenging, this is the game to get to here. I mean, it's just pop bumper arrangement here is delicious.
yeah, and I
The
like
ball
how
stays up there.
the kick out holes here throw the ball into the pop bumpers.
That's right.
Which
The kick out hole
Yeah.
here, the ball goes up this way and gets thrown that way. Normally they would always throw the ball downwards toward the flippers. But wonderful game. Like the rest of them, there's always a fine line between these Gottlieb wedge heads. So really anyone you decide to put into your collection, you're going to enjoy thoroughly and for many years. So here we have this back row. We're kind of closing in on Nick's collection. We're having a grand old time here already. And we're getting to see some of these close-up detail looks at some of these play fields. Now this flipper card is another friendly short flipper, 2-inch flipper, late 60s, near 70 maybe. And just so friendly. I mean, it's a fun game to play. Some people like to put challenging games into their collections so they could not be bored. But I don't get bored with the friendly games. Actually, now being a little older, I've been collecting for many years, 30, 35 years. And as you get older, you lose your reflex and eye-hand coordination a tiny bit. And some of these player-friendly games are just wonderful to play now as you're an older adult. So flip a card, looks like a original cabinet here.
Yeah, original. It's an original cabinet and original play field, but no touch-up or clear coat on the play field. And of course, it's a Ron Webb back glass on that.
It looks beautiful, that back glass, really.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. When you get a repro in, it just makes the
Yeah.
game beautiful. And here we have a Centigrade 37, very desirable, sought-after game. Didn't make that many, and there's not an addable to this game.
No.
So that's what makes this game so desirable. And also, it's just it's a late 70s game. I'm not sure if there's a date on here.
Probably somewhere.
Right there it is. What's it say?
Talking about getting old. What's that? 77.
77.
Yeah.
So late 70 games, Gottlieb became a little more player friendly and did not design games for the operators because they were losing ground with the video craze that was happening in the 70s with Pac-Man and Space Invaders. And they decided to make more friendly games, I think, without anybody realizing it, because they wanted to save their company, I think. So that's just my take on it. Don't believe everything I say. So wonderful, wonderful, desirable game. I love this game. I have it in my collection, and the gameplay is probably the best thing about this game. If you want to know how the gameplay is, go to my YouTube page and put in Vic Camp Pinball Centigrade 37, and you'll get a tutorial on that game. We don't have time for that. I was hoping that we would, but we're probably closing in on before the guest comes. So this is Nick's Beat the Clock, and Nick, you collaborate on it. I think this is your first game, so I mean...
Yeah, it's the first game. I was looking for a Christmas present for my 3 daughters way back when, and found this game in some guy's shed up in the mountains.
Can you imagine that?
And he had an extension cord running about 150 feet to the shed, and that's where he used to go play pinball. No heat, and but the game was unbelievable. The playfield was mint.
I can't believe that this guy had this game in his shed. I mean,
yeah.
This original game, I think you painted the cabinet.
The cabinet is a repaint.
And it's an early repaint, so I just want you to realize this probably was painted 25 more
This
plus.
was the first repaint I ever did.
That's right. That's what I was getting to, because as you can see, even back then, on his first paint job, there was an unbelievable talent and skill that Nick had. You know? Talent and skill. I mean, you are not. And he has gotten maybe a little bit better, but right from the start, I knew that he was going to restore games and make these games like factory new, and rebuild them and polish them to death and make them sometimes even look better than factory new, because an assembly line, you always get a quick pace type of movement, and because of that, these type of games that Nick do will be around for a very, very long time. I mean, let's face it, they're going to outlive all of us. And that's what we want. We want these games to be around forever. That's what we wanted when we first started collecting 30 years ago. We were trying to keep the games alive through all the video craze and all the electronic pinball machines that were being designed. And again, pinball almost died, even though they were still manufacturing some of these electronic games near 2000, 1990s and stuff. And we thought that perhaps that the pinball market was going to die completely, but it's just a wonderful thing that we have people out there that want to collect these games and also cherish them and become caretakers to them. So today you're getting
this is another one of your favorites.
Well, Domino's is. I remember playing that in a candy store 50 feet from my house. I mean, when they put this game in the corner store and the kick-out holes with the specials and the 4-tier high score replays that you can get, this game would give you multiple pops or have the knocker go off at one time. You know, not that many games could do that. You'd hit a single knocker here, a single knocker. King of Diamonds is another multiple crazy type of game where you can, you know, once you get this game up to the high scores and you complete the little maze here of dominoes, you can really get the knocker to go off pretty crazily, and it's enjoyable to hear that happen. Yes, Domino, I do love Domino. How about